everybody. In this recording, we will be doing chapter number 6. So let me open my PowerPoint first. Okay, so the main what we will learn in chapter number 6 is using prompts, whether in tasks or queries. Like you have already learned how to do both tasks and queries previously. So in this lecture, we will add one more aspect or functionality to what you have learned so far. So before I give you sort of a demo, show you how we do it, let me give you a little bit of a background of why we need prompts. First of all, it can be applied to both tasks and queries, as I mentioned earlier. But think of it. Let's say you are running a query where you are creating a report where you are looking at your employees, how much is their salary, how much money they make, and then you want to see a report of all the employees who have worked for you for more than 5 years. So the condition is that they have worked for 5 years. So you make that, you run the task, you have the report. But now after 15 minutes or maybe next day, you need another report for your employees and their salary, but who have now worked for you for more than 10 years or more than 15 years or whatever X amount of numbers. So instead of redoing all this work again and again, modifying our existing task or query, can we somehow automate it, or when you are creating a query, right? So you're creating this framework to get some data from a table or from some file. So you already have this basic framework to get, let's say, employees data, which I was just talking about. So we already have created this task where we are pulling employees data, and I'm only interested in employee name and their salary. So those are the two columns I'm interested in. But the third column I'm interested in is my condition. It could be how many years they have worked for this company, or are they based in, let's say, Tennessee or Georgia or New York. So some other condition, or think of it as a criteria. So I might have different criteria, but my data which I am pulling out is same. So now can I in some way automate this process where the whole process of pulling the data in which I'm interested, employees, their name, their salary, remains the same, and somehow I can at the run time, when I'm running the report, creating the report, at that time I can simply provide my criteria or my condition. And that's what prompts do. Prompts are, as the name implies, prompt, or it's another, I would say, version of getting a prompt or a sort of an action from user at the runtime. So that's what we are trying to do, and these are the various examples of various prompts you can make. You can have a prompt based on date, some value, or some field. You can do on all those using the prompt manager. So why don't I now go to Enterprise Miner, and let me show you a couple of things with prompts. Let me close this. I've already done two things using prompts, but I'm gonna redo the whole thing again. Let me just delete it. Okay, everything is done, gone, clean slate. Okay, first thing, we need data, right? So for this chapter number 6, I'm going to where's my data? Right here. I think I just was looking at one of the discussion posts in the cafe, and looks like for somebody that they were not able to get data, and I think one of you already replied to them that unzip your file. So please make sure your file is your data module file is unzip. Only then you would be able to access data. Unzip means that the data has been compressed, so you want to decompress before you use it. Okay, so from our data I'm going to use Orient Profit. So that's my data set. ID, product ID, information about product, information about product all the way till product line, category name, then supplier, customer information, then part of the order, when was the order placed, type, quantity, and then our profit. So that's what this Orient Profit is about. And so what I want to do with this is, and I'm going to go a little bit fast here, because this I'm just trying to show you a scenario which can be fixed easily with prompts. So let's say I'm just creating I'm creating a pie chart. So I was saying I'm creating a pie chart, a simple pie chart on profit, and I want to see my profit, how much money I'm making for my various products. So actually not product name, product category. Okay, so I'm looking for my different product categories which are right here. How much is my profit? So just a simple one quickly, and it shows me for my assorted sports activities my various profit, and so on and so on. Okay, and as we just saw, like we got multiple pie charts made for our different product categories. But what if I'm not interested in all of them right now? I don't want to have this huge so many number of pie charts and then find the whichever one I am interested in. What if there was some way where this pie chart gets created for only the product category I have selected? What if I could do that? So let's do that with prompts, and your prompts are under view, prompt manager, or it's right here as well, prompt manager. So it says prompt manager. So what you can make multiple prompts, and they all will show up here, and you can apply it on different tasks. Okay, so let's do the first one. I'm gonna say add. I'm adding a prompt. I'm creating a new one, add, and then this add new prompt shows up. So I'm gonna call it product categories for profit. You can change the description if you want to. Okay. Oh, before I said okay, I'm after journal I gave it a name. You can change the well, looks like I got a coupon from Papa John's, 50% off. Wow. And as you might have guessed, I am from Cleveland, so go Tribe. We are in the World Series. Okay. Let me just turn off my email so that it doesn't come up. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so the first one, product name, displayed a text. Maybe I can select a variable for your pie chart. Okay. Now the second one, prompt type and values. So on what do I what kind of prompt I'm creating? I'm not on I'm going on a variable one, so I'm gonna say variable right there, and then there are no values here, right? What I want is I want to pull down all the values, sorry, not the values, all the variables from my tables, from my data set Orient Profit, to show here, so that I can then select on which column or which variable I wanna create this prompt on. So load values, the window went there. So basically I'm just gonna select my data set. It's showing by default. I don't know why this window is so big. Again, I said load values. If it doesn't do like this, just go and select the database wherever that Orient Profit database is. This one, you might be oh, what's happened? Oh, I have to tell the whole path. Okay, so what happened right now is it's showing me the only purpose we did that is, I know the data set is right there. The reason we did it again is because this button or this functionality pulls all the fields, all the variables in my data set, and these right here are limited to characters. These are numeric, date, and so on and so on. That looks like I'm gonna select it again, and these are all the character fields. I'm gonna select product category. Should go there. Okay, so click on the default value and then double click on product category. It will go here, and that's it. Right here we gave it a name, requires a non-blank value, check that one. Then what field or what variable we want. First I'm saying the variable type, it's a variable. Then I loaded from load values, I pointed it towards this data set Orient Profit. From there it pulled up the names of all the variable types which were character, and then default value checked, and double clicked on product category. Say okay, and all we did was, and nothing shows here on your process flow. Why? Because we just simply created a prompt here. We have not used it so far, we have just created it. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a pie chart. Now I'm making a pie chart. Slice it by what I'm gonna go by product categories. Product categories. And if you look here, right here is your product categories, and this is the prompt which we just created right there, same name. That I want to look at my profit by various product categories but I selected this one, my prompt, not the original field, original variable. By profit and group by, stack by, that's fine. Do I want these values right here? And I want percentage. Okay, maybe that I can change to inside as they have done in the example in the book. And next, and I think we are ready to run it. And look, it's now asking me that. Okay, so that's we got the pie chart, and every time I press refresh, you can go by default. We created on product category. That was the first one, and actually I misspoke earlier when I said that it's for each individual category. That's not. It's for whatever variable, whatever text. I think is that, what was it? Let me check again. Whatever character variable on which we want to make our chart on. So right now this pie chart is based on product category. If I press refresh, refresh simply runs this task again. I can go and select some different category now, maybe customer country, and the pie chart is by that one. Same, refresh, maybe doesn't matter. So what this allows us to do is right here, this prompt, we can go and select any character prompt, any character field to make this pie chart rather than having multiple different ones. Okay, the next part, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to now create prompts in a query. Okay, so let me add and okay, so now I'm gonna add prompt to a query builder. Right here, right click, query builder. Up, it went again on a different screen. Let me bring it here. So in this case, now I'm making a prompt which I will be using for a query. Output is fine right there. What data I want from here? Let's say I'm going to take product ID, product name, order date, quantity, and profit. Okay, so I got all these fields about my products, and when was the order placed for these products and how much was my profit, and I want to know who my suppliers are who are buying that. So I'm going to run this, and now it's showing me all the products which I've sold to all these different supplier I have. But what if I wanna specify a single supplier, or I wanna select that supplier myself? Uh, what if I'm gonna create some sort of prompt where when I execute this query, the query asks me which supplier, on which supplier name you wanna execute this query on. So I'm gonna go back, modify it, remove first this here. Okay, so we go all the way till here. I've removed that. Right here, the second one, I'm gonna click on prompt manager, and this one is, it shows you the first one, which is this one. I'm gonna add one more, add right there. Let's give it a name, a meaningful name. Choose SUPP supplier. Oops, no special characters. Supplier name. Display text. Select supplier. Again, requires non-blank value, and use the prompt whatever we provide. Okay, but before you can say okay, the main part is under prompt type values right there, and I'm going to change this to, let me change this to, okay, I'm gonna leave the prompt type as text because it's a list of variables I'm getting. User select values from a static list, because I will be getting a list of all the suppliers which are there in a data set. So it's a list from which I will select one supplier at a time. And now I want that list to be visible. And how do I get that? I'm gonna say get values. Okay, where will we get the data from? Same, or Orient Profit, browse to it, Orient Profit right there. What field do I want, from which variable or which column am I pulling my data from? Supplier name. I want only the distinct value, because of course a single supplier might be mentioned 10, 20, 30 times. This is fine. Format fine. Get values. Okay. So now it's showing me all the distinct suppliers I have. Do I want only few or all of them? I do want all of them right there. Okay, I hope I'm not missing any option. Say okay. Is there any default? I don't have to. I'm gonna say okay and close this. Okay, so now right here we have another prompt added to our work. Okay, let's now use it in this query. For that, I'm gonna go. So we got all our data here which we need for this query. Now how are we filtering our data on? What's our criteria? What's our condition? Okay, so what's our condition? We are filtering all our data based on the supplier name. I'm gonna drop it here, and a new window will pop up. Supplier name, its name equal to, yes, we want equal to. Generate filter for a prompt value, yes. And then what value do I want for that? So here this is a little bit tricky part. Let me cancel this for a minute to show you something. Prompt manager, This is the one we just created. And what am I looking for? It's not here. Where did that thing go? Okay, maybe I'm looking at the wrong place. That's fine. Let's go back to here. Supplier name equal to and value. So what value I want? So what value do I want? I'm gonna go and select it. Where are my prompts? I got 2 prompts. So I want the second one, which I just created, ampersand or this and symbol, choose supplier name. Whenever you see this ampersand symbol or this and symbol, it means that it's a prompt. So it's an easy way to remember. Okay. Next, and one second, finish. Okay, finish. Okay, so now we have our data which we want, and we have on what field we are doing the filter. Before we run a report on this, I just wanted to make one more addition: options. And under options, what the purpose of this is that how are your results will be shown on your report. So I'm gonna say override this one, and then under title I'm gonna say this, and right here I'm going to provide my own title for the report, because what's going to happen with the report is we cannot have a report if we do not do this. It will say every report would have a heading supplier name, that's it, a generic variable name. It won't be customized for whatever supplier name we have selected. So if I type in here that same thing, the ampersand choose supplier name which I have, so it will use whatever selection I've made as a title of my report. Okay, run it. Yes. Okay, it's asking me select a supplier, and now I can see all the names of my supplier. So I'm gonna, let's say, start with 3T Spine, run. Oh, where is my report? I'm one second, I must have in the output. One second, options. There's so many options sometimes, options, results. Okay, titles. One second, I was looking at the wrong place. That's my result. Modify query builder, options. Oh, there, I forgot to set this. I want a report, not a data table. That's what right there, this behind symbol, that's a data that's a data table. I want a report. Run. Yes, make changes to it. Select British, supports. I hope this one is, yep. So as you can see, now this report comes with the name I have selected. So if I redo it, run it again, now that name is coming up, and this is based on my prompt. I am selecting a different value from that field. So those are the two tasks I wanted to show you. Prompts show you: one prompt for a task and one in a query builder. And then once you do the demo for this chapter, you will start from here and do multiple things. You can even have multiple values in your prompt. So you have to go through the demo, and that will take you through this whole chapter and all these practice questions. So that's where I'll end this chapter, chapter number 6.